I think more so with cannibal tours rather than couple in a cage. Transcultural cinema is used in order to sort of relate how this culture feels about tourism, especially considering they give more of a voice towards the people of New Guinea rather than the tourists. And I'm sure that like there were things that were probably cut out to make the tourists seem a little bit more skeevy, but I can't say that for sure. But you know, everybody kind of seemed like a little bit of a jerk on that boat. In this case, it doesn't really matter whether they're American or French or German or whatever. They're all just portrayed as these nasty, nasty people when they interact with what is considered the other, because it's not them. There's other things, like both films will show the objectification of indigenous peoples, or in the case of Couple in a Cage, supposed indigenous peoples. And they actually kind of took it a little bit farther and a little bit more uncomfortable, I would think, just if that were in a public setting. Whereas with cannibal tours, I would still say that's incredibly uncomfortable, but you kind of expect it. You expect it from these people who don't really understand the culture, and they're just kind of there to have a good time and get photos with these people who are the other in this situation. Whereas when we go back to Couple in a Cage, it's very shocking that so many people are accepting this, and I think that's kind of the whole point of the film, is to point out how shocking it is for both of them, I think. Couple in a Cage, I would say, portrays particularly American tourists a lot more negatively than other kinds of Western tourism. Like when they go to other European countries, a lot of the times they kind of tend to portray the European tourists in a lot more of a positive light. However, I will also say that in at least two cases in America, there were people who actually did think, wow, seeing like a couple of people in a cage is really inhumane. One such case was a Native American man who was reminded of, you know, what his heritage has gone through, pretty much. And then there was a girl who was just sobbing because she thought, this is inhumane, this is awful, I can't believe we're doing this, which, you know, I think is an appropriate reaction.